My name is Rob. I'm 51 years old, born and raised New Yorker. My mom is from El Salvador. My father's Greek. I was born and raised in New York. I think that makes me Puerto Rican, something like that. I've been HIV positive since 1993. Some days the thought doesn't even cross my mind until I take my little daily reminder, which keeps my HIV at bay, right? Keeps me undetectable. And I think one of the most important things about that is the serenity that it brings, that I cannot transmit the virus to my partners. When I do think about HIV, it's a multifaceted think about it, right? In the sense that, I don't only think about myself and my HIV status or my partners, but also being an HIV tester. One of the things that I have to think about is delivering HIV statuses, but also encouraging community members to test. So during the pre and post test counseling session, some of the things that I ask, to see whether or not, to assess whether or not someone is ready to receive an HIV positive test result is, ask them point blank. So if this test were to come back positive, would you try to harm or kill yourself? And every once in a while, the answer is, I don't know, or yes, I would try to harm or kill myself. And it's something that really weighs heavy on my spirit because in 2022, the fact that people still have suicidal ideation around the idea of testing positive really speaks to how important this campaign is and what we do in stepping up as members of the community and fight the stigma. Normalize the conversation, because there's no reason why somebody should feel suicidal based on an HIV positive test result or even the possibility of an HIV positive test result. It's a real privilege to be part of the campaign. This is my 5th year coming back to serve as a spokesmodel for the HIV Stops With Me campaign. And one of the things that I really love and feel honored by is that I can serve as a power of example. I remember a time when I was consumed by shame and stigma around my own status. And as an addict in recovery, I believe that shame and stigma is something that kept me relapsing. And somehow I have freed myself of that shame and that internalized loathing. And so one of the things, it really gives me a platform to give a face and a voice to someone thriving with HIV, someone who has effectively controlled my HIV by taking my meds every day, remaining undetectable. I'm unable to transmit the virus. And so that in and of itself is such a huge weight off my shoulders, right? And so here I am, I'm coming up on 3 years clean, sober, by the grace of God, and I've stepped into this life where I'm like, whose life am I living right now, right? And so I guess I'll simply say that I'm doing this for you. I do this for you. For anyone that might be struggling right now, for anyone that might be struggling to go and get tested because what you've done, and you're afraid to find out your status, or for anyone that has tested positive and is feeling the weight of that shame and that internalized stigma. I'm living my life, the life of my dreams, and you can too. So when you're ready, reach out, come visit us, and you can be free of all that too.